Hello and welcome to my Ever Messy Art Studio. My name is Keeks, and today I thought we could work together in my napkin journal book. I have not opened it yet, but I did receive mail from Beth Schuler from our napkin trade, so we'll be adding that into our book, and then we'll be finding a page to work in. But before we do that, I actually wanted to also open. I got a big order from PM Artist Studio, and I thought I would show you what we got, and maybe we could use some of the stamps I got. So let me just open the package here, and then we can start taking a look and see what we got. I did kind of a bigger order than what I normally do this time around. So I'm really excited. Like, it's a big package. So this should be pretty cool. Let's see what all we've got in here. I'm gonna move the napkin journal out of the way for a minute so we can take a look. There's gonna be a lot. Yeah. We just slide it all out. Look at all that wonderful goodness. So before we take a look at the extras, let's take a look at our main stuff here. Or I guess we could take a look at this because it's already here. So anytime you order something from PM Artist Studio, Mariah packs a nice little bag of awesome for you. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take that out. Oh my gosh, and it always comes with a cute little mini stencil. This one's a rainbow. I love that. Definitely might use that. I'm gonna hold that to the side. And then we've got some yummy gel print papers. Oh, I love this. So this one's from Funky Flowers from Christy Hartman. It actually is signed on the back by her. And this says Love is Love on the back. Wow, that is yummy. This one says Griffin Shale on it. Oh, this is nice. This is a little collage piece that's in here. Oh, it's by Safia. All right. Very cool. Thank you, Sophia. And then we've got this one here, which I think is probably by them themselves, which is really nice. And then in all of them, it has different, it always has something about when they stream, which is really nice, and about how to join the Facebook group. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, thank you for all those extra goodies. And now let's take a look at all the stamps because I got a bunch of stamps, and then I also got some stencils because oddly enough, besides one stencil, I don't have any PM Artist Studio stencils, so I wanted to try to solve that this time. So let me get out my stamp list here. So the first stamp here is this one. And this one is called Swedish Love Star foam stamp, and this one is by Eddie. So I really loved this. I like the little hearts that are in the middle, and I don't know, I just thought maybe this would be really cool to stamp on jelly prints. It just had a really fun look to it. So that's what that one looks like. And then the next one is Yolande's set. Hey Panda, how you doing? Hey Zal. The next set is actually by Yolande, and what she did is she took her pod stamps, which I have all of her pod stamps, and Carrie the crafter asked her if she would be willing to design single pods, and she said yes. So this is what the little pods look like. Like I said, I have her original set, which looks like her original set looks like oops, that's her original set had little pods in it like this, so this is what they kind of look like when they're together. So I thought that this would be really fun. And I love how tiny they are. Like, I feel like they could be great embellishments, great for ATCs. Pretty awesome. So I'm going to set that to the side. The next one is You Are Worthy affirmation stamp. This one's by Karen McCoy. So in it just has like a passage about how you're worthy basically and about how you deserve love. And I absolutely love Karen's stamps. Her stamps always hold a really positive message to them. So we'll definitely stamp this and see what it looks like. I'm really excited about that. Whenever she first read it on stream, it made me tear up. And then next I've got the Honeybee, Bumble, and Wasp foam stamps. So those are these guys. So we've got our Bumblebee here. This one is our Honeybee, I think. And then this one's the Wasp. I'm not a big fan of wasps, but I really liked this collection. I really enjoy insect-related things, so I thought I'd give her a go. This one, does it say who it's by? I don't know that this one was designed by a specific person. I don't see it saying that it was. It just says STM, and I'm not sure whose initials those are, so I apologize if I'm missing somebody on that. The next one is the Leaf Fronds, which is this one. And this one's by Safia Button. So there were actually 3 different leaves, and I just really liked this one the best. I liked how organic it looked. So I went ahead and chose that one. So that will be really cool. And then next is the Majestic Butterfly Foam stamps. I got both sizes. These are from Carrie the Crafter, and I absolutely love it whenever he makes his own butterflies, so I was ecstatic whenever he decided to come out with a stamp. I think these are quite lovely. And then I also got his other stamps that he just came out with, which is the Scraps Butterfly Combo. So the idea with these is you make your jelly prints, stamp on the butterflies, and then cut them out. And you end up with these really cool, with a really cool design. So I got those. And then lastly is another one by Eddie. So after Eddie designed his lanternfly stamps, I had actually told him he should design a cicada stamp. And first I told Mo about it, and then I asked him like if that would be something he would consider, and he did. So this is a really cool stamp, and I'm very excited about it. I did end up getting one of the styles for now. I probably will get the other style later, but I'm very excited for Mr. Cicada. And then along with the stamps that I also got quite a few new stencils. So this first stencil, it looks like they not only gave me the stencil itself, but they also gave me the Yupo that goes around it, which is kind of cool. So maybe I can do something kind of interesting with that. So this one has a name. Where's that? Did I not get a sheet for this one? Let me see. Ah, that's interesting. I don't have a sheet for this one. Um, Either way, it's very cool. It looks like, yeah, I don't have a sheet for this one. That's okay. It's one of the newer ones. If you go on there, it's like flower pods or something like that. But I just really liked the organic shape of it, and I'm always doing florals whenever I do my jelly prints. So I thought that would work out really well. And I really love the shapes of this. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this one. Let's see. So I got that one. I'm gonna set it behind. The next one is the Kraken, and it is an 8x10 stencil. So for the Kraken, what it looks like is this. So it's like a whole bunch of tentacles together. I thought that would look really interesting too. Um, as most of you know by now, I do really love creating journals while using gel-plated papers as the main paper source. So I was just looking for some really cool designs. I'm a Pisces, so therefore I must support my fish people, and my husband really loves fish too. So I had to get a stencil that was related to it. And this one was designed by Rhonda Dona, I want to say her last name is Dohna. But it is by Rhonda. So it's one of her designs. And then, oops, the next one I got is from Caleb Rose. And this one's called Liquid Layers. Oh, how cool. They actually included all the little cutouts to it too. That's really neat. So you can do something fun with that. But I really liked how this looks. This is actually a stencil that you can buy in two pieces. So you can buy it in two different layers, where it really gives you that water look. But I just really liked the top layer. The top layer is always how I try to draw water. So I really liked that. So I got that one. And then the next one is by Eddie Makes Art. This one is called Sweet Crescents. But I told him it reminds me of a party, man. Like this reminds me of something that you would see like at Mardi Gras. Um, but I really liked this one, and every time he uses it, it makes me happy. So I was like, I need it. So I got it. So I'm pretty excited to be able to use this. Definitely in the next couple of days, we will be doing a lot of play with my jelly plates for sure, with all these stencils. And then this one here is by Yolande, Devin Rex for Art. And I actually already have one of these, but I have the small version. I don't have the big version. So I went ahead and got the bigger version because I felt like the smaller version was looking kind of odd in the books that I was making because I loved it so much and kept using it, but it was like half the size of the other pages. So I decided to get the bigger version of it. Yeah. So that was my order from PM Artist Studio. Very excited about all of those. Oh, here's that paper that I was missing. So that was by Darcy. Botanical Bunch is what that one was called, by Darcy Sanders. So thank you, PM Artist Studio, for sending me those. I am very excited to use them. And then today what I wanted to work on is I want to work in my napkin journal, and I figured we could totally use some of our new stamps in here. But I did do a napkin trade with Beth Schuler, so I sent her 5 napkins that she showed on her live stream. And then she sent me 5 back, so I haven't opened this yet, so I'm going to be opening it with you to see what she sent me. Let's go ahead and get some scissors because I don't want to accidentally rip the napkins. Here we go. And I'm going to pull these out. Ooh, she sent us all kinds of fun goodies. So it looks like she sent me a bookmark. Ooh, and a metal bookmark too. So this part here is actually a magnetic metal. Maybe it's not metal, but it's definitely magnetic. And then she gave me this cute little bookmark here. And it says Florida because that's where she's from. A cute little ruler guy. I'm going to have to keep that for next year for Janet M. Young's scavenger hunt, because this year she had a ruler in it and I did not know what to do with that. So this would be fun to actually add in there. 1 second. Alexa, turn off timer. Ah, so much better. That timer was killing me. Oh, she sent an owl napkin. Okay. Okay. So let's unfold this and see. Ooh, that's going to be pretty in the napkin book. I love that napkin. Gorgeous owl. Okay. So I'm going to fold this back like this instead because my napkins are squares. in my napkin book. And then she gave me this really pretty one here, which has a hummingbird on it. So let's just open it a little bit and see what she looks like. That's very pretty. Lovely, lovely. Ooh, I like this one. This reminds me of China, like, China plates. That like really beautiful white plates with like the blue intricate designs on it. I like that. So that's really pretty. Then we've got some butterflies. I sent her a ton of butterflies, so I totally get that. Very nice. This one is not in a square, so I'm not sure if I'll hold this one to the side or try to put it in here. I've been doing mostly square napkins in mine. So let's see here. Oh, she gave me 6 napkins instead of 5. Well, that was nice of her. I only sent her 5, I think. This is really pretty. Let's see, would that hang out too much? I guess if I trimmed them, it probably wouldn't be too bad hanging out there. We'll see. Ooh, this one's really pretty too. This one's kind of got like the crescent moon look going on. Look at that. That gives me some cute witchy vibes. I love that. All right, well, let's see if we can put some of these napkins in here. I'll also show you just to remind you of the last time we worked in here. We've only done 1 page in here because this napkin book is still young. So we did this page last time we played in the napkin book, and we did some stamping on here. We did a little bit of everything, so it was really fun. We even used some silver and stuff in here, so we had a good time. And this is what the napkin looked like before. So let's go ahead and try to put these napkins from Beth in here. I'm gonna put them in the last slot back here because I only had two napkins in this last rubber band area. So let's get these square ones that she sent. I think I'm gonna hold these long ones to the side for right now. We'll use them probably in decoupage and embellishments, I think. Especially that black butterfly one. I think that one would be really good for decoupage on the outside of a journal. Let's see here. So let's go ahead and add these guys in here. And this is just a rubber band journal. I didn't want to damage the napkins by using anything thicker than that. So I felt that this was the safest way to put them in here. So right about there. There we go. So that one's now in there. And then let's do this one next. And we'll gently put that in there like that. And then we've got this one here. Oh, I hear somebody's kiddo outside crying. Somebody must have fallen over. Poor baby. There we go. Just like that. So now her napkins are added. Loving it. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe we could try one of these smaller napkins just because I haven't really played with small napkins yet. So maybe we can do something with that. And I like the idea of maybe using some of these pieces of paper that we got from PM Artist Studio and maybe doing like a couple of Carrie's butterflies in here, like maybe the small ones, and cutting them out. I think that could be fun. Let's see here. First, I think we'll stamp on the actual papers too. So I'm going to set these to the side for a second. And let's get out our gel plate. Let me kind of rearrange a little bit. Oh, one thing I wanted to show you. My goodness, I'm just dropping everything everywhere. Um, One thing I wanted to show you is my gel plate is not clean, and I left it unclean for a reason because I have recently learned a very easy way to clean it. So for those of you that are like me and are newer to jelly plates, and let's say you get your paint stuck on it like this, and you're like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? It's stuck. It's how do I clean this? And maybe you're not wanting to get out all the oils and all the things to clean it the proper way. Packing tape is your friend. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean this off real quick with packing tape and just show you how easy it is. It's really surprising how well it grips. And you only want to use packing tape, from what I understand. If you use anything else, you could ruin your jelly plate. But check this out, it just comes right on up. And with little to no effort as well. So look at how nice and clean that came out. And sometimes it misses a couple of spots, and just go back with your tape and just fix it. But look at how much paint that just took out. Crazy. So I'm just going to clean off my plate real quick for you. And then we'll use it for stamping. Really excited for in October whenever I go on the artist's retreat because everybody's supposed to bring their jelly plates with them. And I think I'm going to bring both this one and my big plate, because I'll use this one for stamps like I normally do, and then I'll use the big plates for actually doing gel prints. Um, but I can't wait to learn some different techniques, because I have only been doing this for a few months, it feels like. I haven't been doing it a super long time at all. Um, maybe even since the beginning of the year. I think I had a jelly plate last year, but I don't think I actually utilized it that much. It's definitely this year where I've actually let myself experiment with them. So I'm really excited to see what other people do with theirs. Because really, if it's not on YouTube, I'm not learning about it. Because YouTube is my best resource for jelly plates because I wouldn't even know anything about them without it. So I am really excited to meet everybody and see what all they do. I think it's going to be great. There we go. Whoops. This guy tried to escape on us. Shame on him. All right. So like I said, I think we're going to work on this bird over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and make some room. I'm going to like that. And I think I want to use that really pretty fern stamp. I think that would look really cool here. And then maybe I was thinking, I know I definitely want to use Carrie's butterfly because I think that would be fun. And then I also got some new die cuts. So maybe we could also do some ferns in here just to kind of zhush it up a little bit, like give it some depth. And that could be fun. So I got out a couple die cuts to try and experiment with that a little bit. But let's start with this. And I think I'm going to use white in this for the background to kind of see how that goes. So I'm going to grab a white. Let's see, that's just, oh, I want actual paint. And I'm just looking around in my paint box here because I've got like a ton of paint. I have been going through my paints a lot quicker lately though because I've been using them more often. So we're just going to put a little bit of paint on the gel plate. And then we're going to rub it. Oops, my gel plate's or my stupid, there we go. Ah, that happens to me sometimes, and I think it's because I use the cheap Amazon ones. Um, Not the gel plate, but the roller, the brayer, I guess. Um, so I sometimes have difficult luck getting them to turn, and I fully blame Amazon for this. So eventually I'm going to invest in a better brayer set. I did have a smaller brayer around here, but I don't know what I've done with it because I've been using a bunch of stuff on my desk lately and then I cleaned a bunch of stuff. So I set it somewhere and I don't know where I set it. Story of my life. But we're going to use the white paint here. Looks like that. So I'm just going to make sure it's nice and juicy. I really want to put one right here. There we go. We'll do it again. It is rather warm in here, so this paint is probably going to dry quickly, so I need to work quickly. And I'm going to try to do one more kind of in the middle here. Like that. I think that looks good. Let's go ahead and, by the way, if you have foam stamps, please make sure you put them in water afterwards. That should clean that off so that it doesn't ruin your stamp. You'll see that I don't, and it's because I'm a bad stamp mama, but I am aware of how to take care of them. So please don't be like me. Wash your stamps. Be a good stamp mama. So let's see here. Let us go ahead and I think I liked that idea using the Sizzix. So let me just scooch this out of the way for a second. We'll bring the Sizzix up with my new die cuts. Ugh, it's so heavy. Okay. So I've got two different types of greens we can use. So I brought out a dark green and a light green. Looking at the picture, I think I'm going to stick to the dark green. I think the dark green is going to look better. And then we can always touch it up a little bit with some Neo colors. So I'm going to go ahead and open this. And I'm just going to pop them down. Like that. And then I'm going to roll it. Ugh, this always takes some muscles. Come on, Keisha, you got this, girl. The most exercise you'll ever see me do. There we go. I'm just feeding it back through a second time to make sure it cuts. And then we can go ahead, take this off. Gotta be gentle because I don't want to rip it. And it looks like some of these chose to stay attached, which looks like this one ripped a little bit, but that's okay. So when this happens, what you can do is take a paper clip, and I have one that I keep in my little bag of letters. I have like a little bag of like a bunch of Sizzix letters in them. So what you do is you take your paper clip and there's these little like holes, and you just lightly touch the holes with your paper clip and it will try to separate the image of it from sticking. Let's try and and of course, sometimes you just get screwed by Amazon and you don't know what you're going to get. I'm going to remain hopeful here. Okay, why are we not coming up? Let's kind of gently peel this because this one's delicate. There we go. So it looks like the leaves are supposed to pop off of this one. So I'm just going to lightly pick it off. What's going on with this top piece here? It looks like it didn't cut all the way is what it looks like. Sorry, this will take a second. I'm just trying to push it to see what it's going to do because I don't want to rip it. Oh no, it made me rip it. Okay, well that one was a bust. Won't use that one. That's too bad. That looks like that was going to be pretty. So let's try and see what these other ones do. This is only $5 on Amazon, so if it is a bust, eh. But it looks pretty. This one turned out okay, so that one's all right. We've got this long fern one. And then let's see what it's going to let us pop out on here. So this one looks like it didn't possibly cut all the way. So I'm pushing on it pretty darn hard. It's not coming off. Nope. It's okay. What about you? Did you cut all the way? I think we may have gotten a dud. These plants look pretty, but they sure didn't cut all the way. Like this one looks like it only cut half of the way. Yep, and it broke. Okay. What about you guys? Are you gonna come out or are you gonna... Nope, this one broke too. Okay, so I would say stay away from the ferns. That might not have been a good brand. Because only about half of those came out without breaking. And I know it's not my Sizzix because I use my Sizzix all the time. This was the 8-piece set leaf metal die cuts. So be aware if you get that on Amazon, it may not cut the way you think it's going to. I'll experiment with it some more and see if I can't figure out what's wrong with it. It could be a balance issue, but I'll figure it out. It could also be because I did not remove the middle tabs in between. That should not affect it. It's never really affected it before. But I will test it without and see. Okay, so we're just going to use what we got. And then let's go ahead and move this big boy off of here. Oh my God, it's so heavy. Why? Why does it need to be so heavy? All right, so let's see what we can do with what we salvaged. And I think I'm going to get a light green Neo color and just kind of run it over this. So let's see. Because that's what I like to do. I like to decorate stuff with Neo colors because it's one of my favorite things. So Where nail color? What did I do with my glitter glue? Oh, here it is. Glitter glue does not have glitter in it. It's just glitter sized glue. So if you ever need that, it's a pretty good brand. So I'm just gonna kind of get an idea of what this is gonna look like. And I'm just gonna run my pastel over it a little bit just to kind of liven it up a bit. See, this is what it does when you run the pastel over it. It just kind of accentuates the little patterns that are in there, which makes it look really cool. So we've got that one. And we've got this one. So I'm just going to do the same thing. Like that. And we've got this one. Hey, babe. What's that?
Really, you're a surprise.
Aw.
Here's some ice cream.
Thank you. Can you put it in the freezer for me?
Sure.
I love you.
Love you.
Aw, Mason just brought me home chocolate ice cream. I know what I'm doing after stream. Ha 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 ha. I've got ice cream. I just keyed. But yes, I will eat the crap out of that ice cream. Okay. I think this will just give it a little bit more color and a bit more interest. There we go. So now we have to decide how we're putting them in here. Let's see here. So I kind of think this guy should go in the middle somewhere because he's very spiny. So maybe we could do it like this, where all four of them are in there. And I've got this top piece too, but I think I'm going to throw that away because it didn't do what I wanted it to do. So I think we're going to do something kind of like that. So I'm going to take my glitter glue. Hey, Aoife, how you doing? Good to see you. We are just altering some napkins for our napkin journal. Just gonna go in here. How'd your soap making go earlier? 3 a.m. Oh my goodness, girl. Girl. I would be dying. I told Mo that you tried out your Neo colors. She was really excited for you. Or your eye crayons. She told me I could stop teasing you, and I said never. I'll never stop teasing Aoife. Soap was great. Sent you instas. Watching your home city burn. I'll have to look on Instagram later. I fell asleep after work. I was like really stressed out for some reason. And I just kind of, after work, I just kind of died for a second. But I'm sorry to hear about your home city. I didn't know that was going on. Belfast is on fire riots. Mm, well, hopefully everybody's family stays safe and people can get out. Hey Marie, how you doing? Go. Thank goodness for glitter glue. I used to use Elmer's glue for little tiny stuff like this. And while it does work nicely, like I'm no problems ever with Elmer's glue, it just gets everywhere. Thank you. Thanks for asking. I'm doing pretty good. Now that I've had my mid-afternoon nap, don't know how I'm going to sleep later, but you know. I'm also now on book 3 of The Fourth Wing. I was devastated at the ending of the second book, not gonna lie. So now I'm on this third book. I'm like, please, please have something happy happen. Hi, Laverne. How are you doing? There we go. I think that looks pretty cool. And then, like I said, I want to do some of Carrie's butterflies. And I think these like scraps of paper that they gave me are going to look great for that. So let's see here. I've got some really interesting patterns we could use. Let's see, what did I look at? Stamp pad, where art thou? Pad. So let's try. Really like this one and this one, so I might use both of those. This purple would be pretty, but I don't know that we need 3 butterflies. I guess what we could do is we could stamp it 3 times and just decide which butterfly we like best after we cut them out. That could be a thing. So I'm just getting some black ink on here. Yeah. When I read books, I feel like I take on the character mentally. So I feel like I've been very serious lately. Like, like I just need you to have a win. Ooh, that's gonna be very pretty. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut that out real quick. Yeah. As soon as Carrie showed this butterfly on his channel, I knew I was sold because I have loved his butterflies because he like has other stamps and he makes butterflies all the time. And he always makes them with his painted papers. And this one was specifically for that. I was like, it's perfect. Almost got her out. This part's going to be a little bit trickier to cut out because there's that long, like, body part in here of it. So I'm just gonna try to be calm and careful. Way I can just gently take it off without compromising the butterfly. Boop, that. Just sorry if I get a little quiet while I'm cutting. I'm just trying to make sure I don't accidentally cut off any pieces that are gonna hold this baby together. Tricky, tricky. There we go. Okay, so this is what our first butterfly looks like. Quite beautiful. There we go. All right, so I'm going to set that to the side for a second. I'm just going to cut that little piece off there and we can use this for something else later. Let's try this one next. Let's see what we get out of here. I think I'm going to put it kind of in the middle. That way we get both of those cool patterns in there. Oh yeah, that's going to be cool looking. Okay, so let's cut that out. Yeah, fussy cutting I think just takes a lot of patience. I actually prefer fussy cutting with a razor. I like X-Acto knifing my fussy cuts because then I can treat it like a drawing. And I can actually like draw what I'm cutting out like as I'm doing it, which helps steady my hand a bit. Otherwise, I try to just do what Dee Dee Willingham does. She just says don't move your hand around a lot and just move the object around. So that's what I try to do. And it's worked for me thus far. Dee Dee is a good teacher. Okay, so let's get these little bits off of here that don't need to be. Okay, and then we've got a bit. Also, I've learned never fully close your scissors because if you do, sometimes you might cut a little bit further than you're meaning to, and that's when things get cut off. So be a gentle closer, not a quick closer. There we go. Here's our second butterfly. I'm just going to cut this little piece off here. And then we'll do our third butterfly. Let's do, really like this area over here. I think it'd be cool to get that in there. Like I like the blue, but I'm really digging this for the butterfly effect. So let's try that. Oh yeah, that's gonna be pretty. My husband's been really into watching Star Wars lately. No idea why. We've never like I was raised on Star Wars, but I would not consider myself exactly like a Star Wars person. I know a lot about the lore of Star Wars, and I used to read all the books and stuff when I was a kid. But I haven't really kept up. But he's just finished watching The Mandalorian, and now he is watching the Boba Fett series. I was like, didn't Boba Fett die to the Sarlacc pit? It's just kind of funny what Disney does to keep characters alive. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Oops, this little piece wants to be stuck. There we go. All right, so now we've got 3 beautiful butterflies. Look at how shiny that one is. That one's really cool. So let me just cut off this little corner here. I'll pick that up and move it for right now. All right, let's see where we should position our little butterfly friends. This one obviously should go maybe in a corner or something, just because it's so green. I don't want it to take away from the main image. I really like these two. I don't want to do too much symmetry, really. Oh, I'm sure you could if you practiced. Let's move this butterfly. I really like it in that top corner, though. Maybe we could have this one here. Trying to decide, because if I put these two up like this, I don't want it to look too symmetrical. That's what I'm kind of worried about. But I really like this guy in the corner. Maybe if I switched his corner and made this his corner. Maybe did this. And then that. That doesn't look too bad. Let's try that. So I'm just going to use my glitter glue. I really like the pattern on that butterfly. It's very pretty. Okay, I'm just going to add my glue. We go like that. And then I was thinking I want to take Karen's stamp and just stamp it along here with some self-love. So let's go ahead and get a bright color for that. We need something bright. Bright. We're doing. We could always do like a double stamp and do like one color and then stamp on top of it. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to do that with pink and turquoise and see what that ends up doing. Boy, I wish I knew where I set my other sprayer at. This sprayer sucks. We'll be okay. I have to believe it will be okay. 1 second, let me just sprayer off here. I'm running out of room on my desk is what's happening. So let's scooch this over a little bit. Oh no, did I lose the pen to my glitter glue? Here it is. Glitter glue dries extremely fast, so you got to make sure you put the pen in it. Okay, so let's try this and see what happens. Hey, how you doing, bud? We are just experimenting with our napkin journal. So try that. I do push it down for a little bit to make sure it adheres okay. And that gives a really cool effect. So it has just like the writing on it, and I can kind of see what it says, but I can't really read it. So it kind of makes it look like is it asymmetric writing? Asymmetric. That sounds about right. Asymmetric writing. It kind of gives that look of it. So now I'm going to do it with the pink too. So where did I put the pink? Over here. Need to get more pink soon. Need to get more paint in general soon, if I'm honest. Just gonna go ahead, mix that in and brayer off. And get it all nice and painty. Now it looks like this. I'm going to stamp it again, but I'm going to put it slightly to the side of where I stamped before, so that hopefully it'll give it kind of like a ghosting effect. Okay, so that showed up more purple than pink. I was hoping for pink. So what we're going to do is we're going to try again, but we're going to wipe off this paint that's here because I think it's interfering. So let me just get a page to set that with. Probably just do this. Because I really want that pink to pop if I can get it to. That should hopefully dry it a little bit. Get up moves to that wet paint. Thank you, I appreciate that. This napkin started out as just a simple hummingbird. Oh dear, my napkin stuck together. What happened? Oh no, I should have put something in between the napkins. The glue. The glue has stuck my napkins together. It's okay. Well, it's a good thing I noticed. But this is what the napkin looked like before. And this is what it looks like now. So let's go ahead and try that pink one more time. And see if we can get it not to look like a purple. We want it to be pink. Come on, pink thoughts. So let's try this again. There we go. That's looking more pink. So I'm going to put it to the side even still. Mainly cotton candy related. Sounds delicious. There we go. That's giving me the grunge I want. And you can still see the shine of the butterfly, which is good. So I quite like that. And then we kind of clean off this stamp a little bit by rubbing it off. Okay. And then what if we were to pretend that there were lightning bugs there? What we could do is use Yolande's little stamps and stamp around some of those. So I'm just going to grab her little pods here. Is there one more? I feel like there might have been one more. Yeah, there's one more. Here it is. And let's get some, like, maybe we can introduce some yellow to it. I was going to say neon green, but I'm not sure that I have any more neon green left. I'm low on paint right now. So we can improvise with the yellow. And that might just add the bit of brightness I think it needs, because right now it feels a little dark. I don't want that. So we're gonna lighten it up by adding another color. Don't worry, like I said, I can clean this off later with tape. Not real worried about it. So that's dry. Yellow is kind of a finicky color because sometimes I feel like you can see through it, and sometimes it just doesn't show up as yellow as you want. So we're gonna hope for the best here and see how it goes. Well, what I was thinking of is I was thinking about doing this and then going over it with a neo color and just see how that would do. And kind of maybe mixing in a green that way. Okay, so now we've got this guy. Let's put him up here. Ah, so that yellow is showing, which is good. And then we can do this one down here. Maybe this guy over here. And this one, let's do here. And then this last one, let's put it here. There we go. I'm going to hit it with a heat gun just for a second because I want to try and see if the neo colors are going to work on the napkins, which I have no idea. But I don't want wet paint involved because that'll mess up the neo colors. So hold on one second. Okay. That should be enough. It's pretty dry. So what did I do with that original neo color I had that was really bright? Did I leave it on my desk somewhere? I did. So I'm going to take this little guy and I'm just going to gently see if the napkin will accept it. Sort of. It's giving the napkins a bit of a fabricy look. I'm not too tussed about that. I think I like that. So let me hold it up to the camera a little bit so you can see it a little bit better and see all the little details in there. Um, I'm letting the I'm a couple seconds behind you guys, it looks like. So I'm trying to see what you guys see here. But we've got all the little bits of writing. There we go. I need to shove it up a little bit. And then if I kind of tilt it, you can see like the glitter and the wings and stuff. And you can see all the little plants that we added. Oops, this little guy doesn't need to be there. And you can see all the plant stamps in the background too. So I think we did pretty good because we started with this. That napkin tearing makes me a little irritated, but that's okay. We're gonna rock and roll with it because it's probably eventually gonna be covered anyway. Come on, you. Work with me. There we go. It's dry now, so it's not gonna worry anything. But it was like this originally. So I think this did pretty good. Thank you, Laverne. I appreciate that. So I think with that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go, and I'll see you tomorrow. And I hope everybody has a good night. Aoife, I'm so sorry about your hometown. I hope all the people are safe, and I'll be thinking about them. But I hope everybody has a really good night, and thank you for being here. Bye, guys.